This is a whole tracker right here. This car is finally 100% complete. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are back to work on the 2022 Ford Explorer. And in the previous video, you guys saw that we did complete the front end and exterior of this car pretty much 100%. So now what we're moving on to is the interior. So today we're going to be putting in all the airbag components that we have. Still waiting for the seatbelt, still waiting for the seat skins. But we are going to try to get as much done as we can today, and later in the video we will install those things. So all that stuff still will be done in this video once they arrive. But let's go ahead and walk through what we got right here in the trunk. Alright guys, so right here is all the airbag components. So we'll start in this box right here. These are just some clips that we actually didn't end up needing, but I had just in case. But this right here is the driver's knee airbag. So that goes under the driver's knee. So we have to replace that because that is blown. And in this one, I believe this box has the driver's seat airbag, which we do not need to install right now because we're still waiting for the seat skins. This one right here is the passenger seat airbag, which we are also not going to be needing today. Over here, we have two connectors that I will come back to in a moment. Right here, this one I'm pretty excited to replace. Just take a look at this one, guys. Look at that. Super cool right here. So these connectors right here are actually for this airbag, because usually only whenever the driver airbag deploys, it's only this one that I've seen so far that these connectors always get melted to on the back side of them. So I went ahead and I got those connectors in right here. So we'll just go ahead and we're not going to splice it. We're just going to actually take off the housings, unclip the housing and slide the prongs out of here, and then replace just the housing on the actual clock spring of the car, and then we'll just snap the new airbag in and everything will work 100%. And then we have the curtain airbags. So I'll have to see which one is which, but we have a right and left, so we'll replace both of those two as well. But let's go ahead and start with that steering wheel. All right guys, so coming over here onto the driver's side of the car, starting with this airbag right over here, you can see that there's two holes. There's going to be one on the exact same spot on the opposite side right over there, and supposedly you stick something long and pointy in there, or you could just use something like this. You just stick it in there and you kind of gotta wiggle it around before you can actually catch the spring. But you do that and you kind of pull on the top of the airbag here and you can pull it off. So that's how it works. And usually some people have a lot of problems actually getting it off that way. So another way you could do it is there's a flap down here, you bring that back and there should be the spring more easily accessible down there, and you should be able to get it down that way. I've tried both ways and it's a little bit difficult, so we're just gonna keep going until whichever method works, and we'll see. So let's see how long this takes. Alright guys, so an update right here. I went ahead and I got the bottom clip out. As you can see, I had to get it from under the steering wheel. This is out and loose. Now there's two on the sides, which are going to be extremely hard to try to get out just because the spring is off by like a little bit from where you put it in. So like the tool, your pick tool that you put in there to push on the spring, it just like gently grazes it and just slides under it because it's off by a little bit. I don't know why they designed it like that, but we're going to keep messing around with it and hopefully it comes out. Alright guys, so we're probably about like 30-40 minutes in right now. So let me explain to you guys on how this airbag is coming off. So far, 2 of the 3 spring clamp things are released. So let me show you guys how I did it. So the first one is actually directly under this flap. If you kind of just lift it up, you can see a little bit of a spring towards the backside over here, right in between those wires. A little bit further down, there's a spring in there. And then there's a spring somewhere under here and another one over here. So the way you get it is from here, but like I said, it's very hard to grab a hold of it. So since this airbag is already bad and blown, I went ahead, got some of these cutter pliers, and I just made some slits right here to weaken the plastic here, and I was able to see the top part of the spring. If I go ahead and shine a light in there, you guys should be able to see it. so it's kind of hard to see in there right now. But what I did was then, after I could see the top of the spring, I just took this pick right here and I stuck it in here through the backside, and I kind of just pushed it down and pulled the airbag out, and it released the clip. But however, after I released the clip, when I let go of the airbag, it snaps back in immediately. So I put a pry tool here to keep it from settling back down. So all we have to do is release one more. I got to make a few more cuts and stuff. And then hopefully this airbag is out and I can show you guys how to fix the clock spring. So let's do it. Oh my goodness, guys, that was super hard. Got the airbag off though, and to my surprise, these connectors are not looking terribly melted. They look a little bit melted in some areas, but not horrible. We'll do a further inspection on them once we get them disconnected, but they don't look too bad. But if they're melted, we have new connectors and we can replace them, but I still think they might be usable. But looking over here, you guys can see how much of the airbag I actually ended up cutting off. And here are the what's left of it right down here on the floor. This will make a cool little decoration. But yeah, super hard. So now that the airbag is off, you guys get a little bit better of a look. So those right here are the springs that I was talking about, the way they work on either side. So I was just cutting enough of the airbag away to get access to that. Yeah, this is the way it came off. So now all we gotta do is disconnect it and probably replace these connectors and pop the new one in. So let's do it. All right, guys, so popping out the airbag. Let's see what we have here. So they're a little bit melted. They might be melted all the way, but we're gonna try to see if we can just get them out of there just a little bit. Yeah, we got a little bit of movement, but it's pretty much destroyed though. So I'm gonna work on taking the back casing off of the connector. So we're gonna start by lifting these orange things up as much as we can. If they break off, they break off. We kind of want stuff to break off at this point. So after this is lifted up, sort of like this, we're gonna come through here where the wires are in the back and kind of lift it up and try to just pop the back cover off so we can slide these sleeves out. And we're gonna replace the connectors while these wires are in so we don't forget where they go. Or you could even take a picture of it to see which side the wires go on. Either way works, but we have the connectors right now so we can do one by one so we don't forget. So let's see. Kind of just break away the plastic. Be careful not to ruin the wire though, because we still need the wires. Kind of just break this away as much as we can though. So when you guys get the back casings off, it should look something like this right here, as opposed to this one right here once the casing is still on. So once you get the casing off, it should look like this. And then you just take a pick tool like this and you kind of just get it around the wire, the prong in some way, and kind of just try to lift it out from under there, like so. Be nice and gentle with it, but it came right out like that. And then you do the same thing on this one, kind of get your prong under there and just lift it up ever so slightly. And just like that, it is out. And you just replace your connector and then do the same thing over here and then put the new airbag in. So let me show you guys how to put the new connector on. All right, so these are our connectors right here, color coded, just like the ones on the car. So we're gonna grab our teal one first, or baby blue, and we're just gonna start by taking apart the casing slowly so nothing breaks. So basically you're just putting the pick in the back again and it will kind of release those clips for you and pop the whole cover off like so. So now you got the back casing off. Don't be scared of the orange thing. If you think you're gonna break it, it's just gonna slide off. It just takes some pressure because they do have little miniature clips in some of them. So we'll set that right there up on the dash. We don't need these wires, but so you know, they just come right out. We don't need those though. Then we just take our new pick, or we just take our new housing right here and we stick our prongs back in through those holes, same holes that they came out of. You don't want to reverse them because the airbag could blow. So then once those prongs are in there, you just take your housing, you clip it back together, and one end of the clock spring is now saved. So repeat the same steps for the next connector and then you're good to go. All right, guys, take a look at these. So we got two brand new connectors on the clock spring, and the clock spring is now fully fixed up and brand new. And this right here are the melted tabs to the airbag. So now we can go ahead and grab our new airbag and switch it out with the old one. So let's see, what do we got here? Warning, potential improper airbag installation. Yes, airbags are dangerous. What does this say? The deployment doors of this airbag module must not be repainted for any reason. I think they mean repaired, not repainted. But anyways, let's go ahead and install this right here. We're not repairing this one, we're just installing it. And sick, okay, the wire is already on this airbag. I was thinking that, you know, hopefully the wires are there, because I don't want to switch this whole ground wire for the horn and everything. But we got it right here, so we can just plug this in. Pretty scared to do this, honestly, because I hope it all works. There we go. Whoa, that looks completely different. All right, guys, take a look at this airbag. It completely changes up the look of this interior. I was so used to seeing that big blown one. This just makes the whole car look completely cleaned up in here. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at that, guys. Super cool. So now we can go ahead and move on to this knee airbag. We'll get that done super quickly, and then we'll do the crane airbags. So let's do it. Alright, guys, so I got the airbag out. So this is before and that is after. It's even got bent from the explosion. That's so crazy how much power these things have. But one thing that I'm not too sure about is there's a lot of extra wiring here, and I'm pretty sure this loom here is an OEM. Is this OEM, or is this some sort of a tracking device that I should take out? I don't know. This all looks added on here. This piece right here should directly plug into here, but instead there's this whole loom here in the middle. What does it say? Exposure guideline. Ming Ching. Okay. Yeah, it's probably not OEM. Maybe this was some sort of a lease vehicle and this was like the tracking on it. Maybe we should remove this, you know? Just go ahead and take this out right now. Let's just get rid of this. Oh, so this is the, oh my gosh. So this is like completely added in here. So I took this whole thing out. I don't know what that is, but this is the true OBD port. This is some other add-on right here. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty crazy, guys. This is a whole tracker right here on this car right here. I've never found anything like this in a car before. It's pretty cool. So more than likely this was probably a car that was leased or rented or something, because, you know, usually these aren't in cars. I don't believe so. This is my first time seeing it, so that's pretty interesting. How about that? But we got the original OBD port right here, so we'll go ahead and connect that up. And yeah, guys, that's interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. But let's go ahead and put the brand new airbag up in there. All right, guys, so the knee airbag is now replaced, and I got the OBD port back over here. Yeah, it's over here. So yeah, it's interesting. This was the OBD port that was on it before. Not sure if that was causing any weird communications with the car or not, but we do have everything restored back to stock. Just take a look at this driver's view though, guys. Look at this. So we got this airbag right here. Now it looks amazing, as well as the windshield replaced. This just looks really amazing. This car looks completely different. Welcome to a little segment I like to call, I wish they labeled which one is left and which one is right. But I looked up this part number. This one's left. So I think this is the one we're going to do first. Warning, this package cannot be returned if open. I'm opening it right now, so I guess I can't return it. For whatever reason, like, I really hope that the right parts are in here, because I don't want any problems if, you know, it says metal rack inside over here. Better be an airbag. Okay, it's an airbag. Wow. Oh my gosh. It's a metal box. You guys see this? This is a full-on metal box. Hold on. Let's look away from the airbag. Hold on. Let's not even focus on the airbag for a second. Look, I'm more impressed with this packaging here. Look at all this. Guys, check this out. Look at the box here, guys. This is full-on metal. And then a lot of padding. They really know how to package these airbags. That's so cool. The box is heavier than the airbag. Okay, so taking a look at this airbag here, looks like just a bunch of 10mm bolts and some push rivets hold this in. Alright guys, so check this out. So we got the airbags completely replaced and the headliner back up. It looks amazing. But now all we have left on this interior and airbags wise is just the seat skins, the 2 seat airbags, the seat belts, and the module and the trim paneling that goes there, as well as the trim paneling here, which isn't much, probably roughly maybe 1 or 2 hours of work, not much. So I'm super happy with how much we got accomplished in one day today. But guys, this car is coming out really well, so I will see you all in the next clip. Alright guys, so it is a few days later now, and we got some parts in today. Not everything, we're still waiting on the seatbelts. Those were just shipped out today, and it'll be on its way. It's 1 seatbelt and a module, and then we can put those in. But we did get the seat skins in today and a few other parts. Let me go ahead and show you guys. So here are all of the parts that we are going to be installing today. So we'll start over here. This is a tow eye cap. Basically, we'll snap this in right now. So where this goes is right over here. And what's strange is there's no insert for a tow hook on this rebar here, on the original rebar too that was in the accident, which is strange. But let's go ahead, pop this in to clean this all up. There we go. Now we got that in. Looks a lot better. So now we can go ahead and start going on to the interior. So let's talk about the skins and the airbags. So here are the skins, and this is the passenger seat and this is the driver's seat. And take a look at how well these things are stitched up. I believe this was where they were blown open right here. You can't even tell that they were blown open. Take a look at that, guys. And once we get these on the seats, they're gonna look so much better as well. I'm super happy on the way they came out, and this is what the stitching looks like on the inside. Looks OEM as always. And then right here we have the airbags, of course, for the seats. So there's that one. So let's just go ahead and start by installing these seat skins, and then we'll go ahead and do the seat belts when they come in. So let's go ahead and start with the driver's seat. We're gonna go ahead and take this airbag, we're gonna slip it inside of this little sleeve, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the skin on all the way. It's just on a bunch of clips and everything, so it's pretty easy. So let's go ahead and get the seat skin installed. Alright guys, check these out. So both seat skins and airbags are now installed. Take a look at that, guys. You can't even tell anything ever happened. This is where the stitching was done, and it looks absolutely amazing. This car is definitely going to need a good clean. As soon as we get that module and seatbelt back, we can install those, and then we can clean this interior up, and then it'll all be good to go. That's literally all we have left for this car before it is 100% done. Right now, we'll call it 98%. But let's take a look at the other side real quick. Take a look at this. It looks absolutely amazing. Again, this is where all the stitching was done. Look at that, guys. So now the airbags are all installed, and now all we have to wait for is the seatbelt and the airbag module. So guys, it's a pretty hot day today, but I'm really happy that we were able to get all this stuff knocked out today. So I will see you guys once the rest of the parts get here. All right guys, so it's a few days later now, and now we have finally gotten in every single part that we need to make this car 100% done. By the end of this video, this car is going to be completely done, and then all we have to do is just enjoy it. So guys, let me go ahead and show you the final two parts that have showed up for this car. So coming right over here, guys, we have our rebuilt seat belt right here for the driver's side. And then we have our airbag module, guys, and of course the screw too for the seat belt. That just, you know, it's just a bolt for it. But coming right over here, take a look at the interior, guys. It is almost done. So in the last clip, we replaced the seat skins, the seat airbags. Every single airbag itself is replaced in this car except for the seat belt and the module. We're gonna do those right now, and then the airbag light will cut off, as well as every other light in the car. And there's a bunch of clips and plugs like this all around the center console, so we do have to plug a lot of those in, because right now a lot of those things are unplugged when we were taking out the module. So this is what we have on the dash. That's right, no key detected. I'm just kidding. All right, let's give that another go. So this is what we have on the dash. Look at all of these codes, guys.
911 assist is not operational. Please visit your dealer for service.
Yeah, we got all sorts of lights. They just keep on coming up there. And then we have this one over here. So yeah, let's go ahead. It's still popping up codes. So let's just go ahead, put the module in, get all this stuff fixed, and then all these codes should turn off. So let's go ahead and start by putting in that seat belt. Right guys, the seatbelt is now 100% installed, and it looks absolutely amazing in here, guys. Take a look at this. It functions as it should. It even locks and everything. This is installed 100%. Everything looks amazing. All the rubber trim, everything is on. So now all we have left to do is reassemble the center console, and this car is going to be 100% done. So this might take a while, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it, and hopefully we can get this knocked out. Alright guys, so all the airbags are replaced, the seatbelt is in, the module is plugged in, the center console, everything is bolted in as it should, everything works. So now it's time for the moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and turn the accessory mode onto the car and see if the airbag light cuts off. And if it doesn't cut off, then we're gonna scan the car and clear all the codes, and then it'll cut off. And if it does turn off, we're still gonna scan the car just to make sure that there's no codes that are left to clear, so this car is nice and clean. So let's just go ahead and see if that light turns off. It turned back on. Alright. And all those things are there. Service, hill start, and all that. I guess they have to be cleared. I guess when we unplugged all the center console and everything, it must have created those codes right there for the hill start, fault, and all that. But we can go ahead and clear those very easily. Alright guys, so it's my first time scanning this car ever since the accident. So here's what a car looks like when it still has all the codes in it from the accident. Take a look at this, guys. 40 codes in the restraint system. I don't even know how that's possible, but yeah, and then everything else is okay. So let's just go ahead. We're gonna clear all of them, and then let's see if that airbag light goes away. It's gone, guys. The airbag light cut off. Oh my gosh, that looks so cool that it's gone. And look at all the other codes just clearing away. Pass, no fault. past no fault. It just took him all the way like a champ. Look at that. 2 more, 1 more left. There, guys. Fully clean car. Let's go ahead, fire this sucker up, and see how it goes. Wow. All those other codes are gone. Wow, guys. This is amazing. All right, guys. Driving the 2022 Ford Explorer. This thing drives like a dream, guys. Look at that. No codes on the dash at all. Look at this thing. It's so nice in here. Let's give it a quick little half throttle, see how fast it goes. The turbo really does do its work in this car. It gets pretty quick. Should I floor it? Let's see. Oh yeah, it's pretty fast. For an SUV, it's pretty fast. You can see the freshly painted hood right there. This thing drives amazing, guys. The steering wheel's not even moving or anything. It doesn't pull or anything. It drives amazing. It even has lane keep assist. This thing could pretty much drive itself if you wanted it to. But it's a pretty amazing car though. Let's get some cinematic shots though and wrap this build up, guys. This car was pretty fun to work on. But yeah. Alright, guys, so that is going to be a wrap for this build. This car is finally 100% complete. Look at how amazing it looks. The paint job, everything turned out flawlessly. All the airbags and new suspension work, everything just came out amazing. And this car drives amazing and it looks amazing. Guys, thank you so much for watching today's video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. Now we can move on to future builds like that Mach 1 and some other stuff we might have planned for the future, so stay tuned for that. But that is going to be all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you guys are loving this Explorer build or any of the other builds, be sure to go down below and hit that like button. And while you're at it, there's a shiny red subscribe button that you should click. But that is all for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.